Hello and welcome everybody to another glorious episode of the Trial and Aaron podcast, but we call it The Tap. I'm your host Aaron, and I am adorned in my Mariani Nuts jersey because we're just coming off our first playoff win of the season. It's a perfect season. We're tacking that on with our first win in the first round of the playoffs. I love it. I've recorded this a couple times before and already poured my celebratory bevy, but because of my incompetence, I was like, I need to re-record, thus not giving you the ASMR little snap of the beer can opening. This beer can that it's a pineapple sour from Jackrabbit Brewing Company. I'm a sucker for sours, especially that damn apricot sour yonder at Hoobies. Shameless shout out to Hoobies. How are ya? Show up to trivia at 2 o'clock on Sundays. No, Cat, I will not suffer your shenanigans today. It's why the door is closed. Anyways. Lot to happen in that game. I mean, a nice sure win. Good lord. Sure win. Not talking paint. Sure win. Williams. No, we just overwhelmed with offense. Brick wall of defense that just nobody can hang with us, baby. We're just out there doing our thing, having fun while doing it. And I just got word that the Mariani Nuts, like the part of the funnest part of the fun. Some of the funnest parts of this, it's the group text afterwards, the Mariani Nuts group text with all of us put together. And apparently Nick just brought it to our attention that somebody after us, the 3M team and the Porta Johns, were tangoing in the first round of the playoffs. And Nick reported that the goddamn third baseman just got tossed from 3R roofing. So we're all freaking out. I say that's nuts. The nuts puns are just
wow.
It's overwhelming. It's ridiculous, but that's why we love it. All right. So Nick says the guy was arguing a call, so the ump in the infield was looking at the third baseman. The guy does seem a little sus, kind of an odd duck, but I mean he makes the calls, but he was just staring. And then Nick says all I heard was "Don't fucking stare at me." Then the ump called time and got close to him, and the guy said, "Get away from me before I knock you out." And then he was gone after that, says Nick. That's outrageous. Oh my God. I guess Porta Johns won the game. That is nuts. That is nuts. Not as nuts as our win, but it's slapdick, co-ed, slow pitch, softball, and someone found out a way to get tossed from a game. That is hilarious. Oh, I love it. We're celebrating more than just the Nuts victory today. Yes, we are also celebrating and recapping Brent and Steph's wedding. Let's go. Shout out to Brentley and Stephanie tying the knot. Here's to you, this nice bevy. If you have a drink in your hand and you're watching the tap right now, drink with me to Brentley and Steph. Another time.
Yeah, I'm fucking that guy.
But before I get started on this retelling, calling myself out, full transparency, for being a complete and total jackass, because yes, I spelled Brentley's name wrong so many times when we did the my goodness, the boys recap. Come on, get over here. Brentley, so here's what happened. I assumed I could spell one of my friends' names, so I made the cover art, put it on Instagram, put it out to the socials everywhere, and then good old Morgan Gertz brings it to my attention. Sandwich, he spelled Brentley's name wrong. Like what? Brentley even says it. He texts me like, bro, that's brutal. So I go. Apparently there's a silent E in there. I was spelling it Brently. Why not put an E in there? I don't know. I can't hear it. Why is there an E in there? But apparently there is. So I change it, make the necessary movements. I re-release. I delete the original post, re-release, put it all out there saying now that I've spelled it right, here's the episode. Go and get it. Spelled wrong again. I think I go by the rules. I before E except after C. Not after W, Wiseman, but I put W-I-E. I spelled Brentley's name wrong again. And then, not just that, so I delete it, repeat. Morgan tells me, Sandwich, you did it wrong again. The I before E. Oh my God, I'd say 3 to 4 times I had to read it. Oh, and I got the season wrong with the boys. I got confused because I thought it was season 5, but I guess I was counting Gen V, which is It's not The Boys, but I count as an honorary season 4. But it riddled with mistakes. The delivery, the show itself, elite, top notch, always is with Brent. But me delivering it was such amateur hour. So I'm calling myself out. Sliders, you will get better for me. I will learn how to spell my friends' names. Good Lord. But everything was spelled right and went right at this wedding, starting on Friday. The wedding itself was on Saturday, but most of the fun was going down. Not most of the fun. The non-wedding, wedding day fun is unmatched, unparalleled, peak vibes. But everything outside of that fun was happening in Petaluma. Because the wedding itself was, I forget the name of the winery, but on the way, from Petaluma going towards 37, backtracking towards 12 a little bit, just out in the hills, the wetlands. It was glorious. But Petaluma is also pretty, and mind you, there's some of my old stomping grounds because I went to Sonoma State, lived in Rohnert Park, lived in Santa Rosa, and worked in Petaluma for a little bit. So like Roman Pierce from Too Fast, Too Furious, I run these streets, but I walk the streets this time because instead of being smart and getting a hotel room when the invitations first went out months ago, you would have gotten a discount, but I procrastinated. Why? Because I must, and I did. And because I did that, I ended up getting an Airbnb. I did save money, yes. I was about a 15-minute walk away. And so I'll start by I drove there. I was ready. I was juiced. I'm like, all right, wonder what kind of house it's going to be. I'm going down a neighborhood, Vallejo Street, and it's kind of nice. I'm like, these houses aren't too bad. I don't feel like I'm going to get stabbed. But then I realized, oh, shit, that duplex is where I'm staying, 222. Damn, I'm dropping, maybe I need to bleep that out. Can't be dropping people's addresses. So I get in there, and there's this guy. Let's just say his name's Austin. But before I get there, I park and go to Brewster's, and it's a nice little bar and grill yonder in Petaluma. I meet up with Brentley and a bunch of other guys. The Oregon boys are there. Loved it. Loved seeing them. And we have some beers. We go up, shoot some pool. It's a good time. And hilariously enough, so A-Rod, one of the guys that went to the bachelor party, he showed up because he tore his Achilles. He was scooting around and was a real trooper through that. So he was walking this time around. Good to see him on his 2 feet. However, tag team, the Achilles injury, Rhino, another guy, Oregon guy, went to the bachelor party. Great. Everybody there, great vibes. Every single person there. Love them. Love hanging out with them. Getting to have a conversation with all of them. Super down-to-earth guys. Unfortunately, Rhino saw fit to tear his Achilles playing pickleball. Rhino, get better, buddy. Here's to you. Oh, Rhino. Hope he feels better. Did not impede his pool playing prowess one iota. Not one bit. The guy was nails. But anyways, everybody else had to go get ready for the rehearsal dinner. And then I went back to the Airbnb to finally check in and go to there's the rehearsal dinner. Then there's the after rehearsal dinner shenanigans, in which everybody was invited. So I go back to Airbnb, and this guy, I'm like, all right, duplex, no big deal. I get in there. Let's just say the guy's name is Austin. Seemed kind of weird based off the text exchange that we had. And boy, howdy, did my assumption ever come true. I get in there. It's pretty messy. Typical dude layout though. The guy's like, yeah, man, here we go. Immediately I could tell he's somewhere on the spectrum, just the way he's talking. Really nice, a kind person, but just kind of aloof. A little 1,000 yards, maybe not 1,000 yard stare, but at least 500 yards. But you could just tell, yeah, homeboy's on the spectrum a little bit. I look around the corner. He showed me his kitchen. There's just a coffee table there. Or sorry, little coffee table there with his electric screwdriver and a bunch of screws, and just it's a mess, just covered in trinkets and little things. What experiments, what bombs are you making, sir? What's going on here? So I was a little uneasy. Some guitars on the walls, but it essentially, okay, a serial killer most definitely could live here. He shows me to my room, and then he does confess. Oh, there's no internet here, by the way. I'm trying to cut overhead costs.
Wow.
I'll need to go back and look at Airbnb's website. Mind you, just getting this out of the way now, I will never use Airbnb ever again. I've had good experiences up until this point, but you know what? Hotels are the way to go. I want my privacy. I don't want to feel like I'm going to get murdered, because the guy was nice enough, but I go into the bathroom. There's no soap. He shows me there's a ton of towels. I open up one drawer. There's a ton of medications in there. I don't know. It was just so many red flags. So I go into my room and I don't make a big fuss out of no internet, but really, I'm paying. So for getting there Friday, staying Saturday, staying and leaving Sunday, $250. Which, by Bidenomics, we're out here, we're paying money, and I just get in my room, I chill, I bring some Faderade, a little Powerade, a little tequila, just to like stay a little buzz before we're going out for time went on tonight. Enjoy myself doing that. Put on some music, just try not to think about getting killed. And I didn't. I'm here right now podcasting to you. I did not get murdered. And I changed. I put on like a nice little swaggy button-up T-shirt covered in flowers, and I go out unmurdered. And I'm meeting Brentley's cousins, family members I haven't met before, everything like that. Aunts, Jackie's sisters. It was awesome. I walked around town a little bit, had a beer or two, and then went to Hotel Petaluma. And I just going from tequila to IPA, mixed in the wine. I stepped in every bear trap mixing alcohols could lay out for you to make you feel like the next day. Stepped in every single one of them, drank everything. I thought, there were some appetizers there. I munched on them. Excellent meatballs. I ate the meatballs, savored the meatballs, and then continued to drink, which was a mistake. Because, there's a lot that I remember, but there's some that I don't. Including after that, we went back to the pool hall, talking to Paleos, one of the Oregon guys, and we're having a conversation. And then he tells me the next day, like, sandwich, do you remember what happened, like, with our conversation? Not really, sir. Not at all. And he tells me that we have this riveting conversation. And he says I had kind of a blackout flash or just something happened in my eyes where I looked around, like, Paleos, when'd you get here? Palos, sorry, my bad. I was just like, no way. He's telling me this. I'm told him I am so sorry, and he's like, dude, I didn't tell you this to get any sort of apology. I just want to let you know. He was so lighthearted about it. Thought it was hilarious, and just the way he brought it to my attention was so funny. I was sloppy Joe and a half. One lady, I hugged Jackie earlier that night, made eye contact with her, said, what's going on, Jackie? Love ya. And then some other lady, not dressed like Jackie, looks like Jackie. It's not Jackie. I give her a hug. I'm like, Jackie. And she's like, oh, I'm Peggy. I'm like, oh, Skylar, somebody is nearby. They call me out like, you idiot. Like, that's Jackie's sister. Oh my God. I was a mess, but, no, it was cool. The vibes were great. Awesome talking to everybody, having a great time. Go to the Buffalo Billiards. And I remember making the conscious decision because Sky sends me on an errand to get, we need more beer. He got pitchers earlier in the day. I'm due. And it's probably about 1 a.m. I am just Mortal Kombat, ready to have a fatality befall me, just ready to get schwacked, just swaying. And why get an Uber when I could walk? I went back to Sky. I'm like, Sky, hey man, I'm tapping out, coach. I'm done for the night. I gotta get back. I'm tired. I'm drunk. Don't even think my wiener could work in any capacity. So we're going home. And as I'm going home, I remember it the next morning, but the night of, it was so tough getting back because I was just not in a good spot. And then I ran across. I had to cross the street. Was hustling across. It's late, no cars, but I definitely ate and just remember going, drunken buffoon. Next time, get an Uber, asshole. Hurt my little hand, sprained both my wrists for sure. My wrists still hurt. It's Wednesday, and that happened Friday. China. So I wake up feeling terrible, get a call from Skylar and a bunch of people. They're hanging out in their room. They're like, Sandwich, you feeling bad? I'm like, yeah, I got crucified. My hands are still bloody. I got crucified. They're laughing at me. I spend most of the day sleeping. I go and pull the trigger at some point. I thought, Starbucks will help. I get there. I'm still nauseous. Nothing's working. I go to pull the trigger inside the Starbucks bathroom, and I go back to get my coffee. My eyes are blood red. No good. A comedy of errors I was. Went and took a nap at a park, though, in Petaluma. That was nice. Still feeling nauseous. Sleep another couple hours to the ramblings of my Airbnb host talking to some guy, cussing him out because he talks too much. He needs to listen more. He needs to manifest positivity. And even invites the guy over, hey, man, if you need to come and take a shower, you're like, do what you got to do, man. Just like being a nice guy. But I'm just sitting there, like laying down on the bed. Just, homeboy, like, you got to guess. I paid for this. What are you doing? What are you doing, guy?
Just do it.
Oh, but I need to live and die with my decisions. It is Saturday. It's game day. Game day. It's wedding day. And after a lot of napping, some Taco Bell, and a couple poops and a shower later, I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Go back to a little tequila and Powerade. Listen to some great music. Get to the hotel, and it's always nice dressing nice. Damn, I got a nice blue blazer, light blue shorts, pants, and just looking dapper. Gel in the hair. It's nice to look nice. And get there, have a couple drinks with some of the other guys. We get to the shuttle provided for us. We get to the venue. The venue's amazing. The shout out to Austin Calvert for what a glorious officiating of the wedding. Everything went smoothly. Not a stutter. Not a one. I'm sitting next to old Maxie Mariani. Says Rosendo sent him a message. A little text-a-roo saying, I'm trying to bring this kind of energy to the wedding. In the picture, it's three girls, like, with kind of like a winery backdrop. They're all in their sundress, and they're looking a little appalled. And then on the right side, there's a guy mooning the camera, but he's spreading his cheeks. Asshole just blaring, just, oh my God. Oh, it was so funny. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure Rosendo did not go that far. I was sitting with him and Maxie, Kelly, everybody else's significant others. If I'm missing out anybody on the table. It was a great table. Had a good time. The intros were really good. So yeah, fishing was great. Music was great. Yeah, so I know I'm digressing. I'm just trying to give this moment its due. The vows were solid. Austin told their origin story of how Steph and Brent got together. Stephanie's vows were amazing. Very heartfelt, very true, pure, sincere, authentic, whatever adjectives you want to use. These were that. They were as perfect as any vows could ever say from two people getting married. Potatoes. So from there, we go a little cocktail hour. Oh, glorious cocktail hour. I know I'm saying the word glorious a lot this podcast, but hey, it's the word. Going out, looking at the venues, talking to the cases, Brian, Ben, Brad. We were chatting up a bit, but he was a groomsman. He was one of the elites at the wedding. But talking to Big Brian too, it was just so much fun. Diane, oh my God, who else I talked to? A lot of folks. The bridesmaids were all awesome. Just striking up random conversations with the strangers. Even the bartenders were dope. The guys, oh my God, the poo-poos. The guys going on the trays, there were sausages. There were, my God, what were there? Oh, just everything was delicious. And one guy, he came back. He knew I was just a slut for this food. I was drunk, hungry, and just ready to keep eating. The food was also great. DJ was solid. And the night goes on so well. The maid of honor, I forget her. I think Jessica was her name. She had a great speech. But Thomas Damon, my guy, up there pouring his heart out, speaking from that heart. And it was so good. Very well done. Everybody's speaking well. It's just a perfect flawless victory for this wedding. The venue from what was planned. The food was great. First time I ever had family style, where it was like everything on the menu. I thought I had ordered something, but it was just everything that was on the menu gets passed around. You just serve yourself. I feel like an asshole because I definitely took more than my fair share. Maxie, if you're listening to this, I apologize. I put maybe 2 pieces of broccoli back, but I was just stuffing my face with that tri-tip, that chicken, that everything out there. Oh, it was so good. So good. The bread was good. Wine was constantly poured. Cupbearers were awesome. Game of Thrones. My goodness, this son of a bitch, Brentley. He's such a nerd. Halfway through the wedding, we're listening to music. Everybody's eating, having a good old time. And then what do we hear? The Rains of Castamere, a.k.a. the song that's playing during the red wedding, right before everybody gets fucking whacked. And this crazy bastard sees fit to play it. I'm like calling him out, and Brentley's he's just loving every second of it. It was perfect. Then the music was awesome. We're out there just shaking our tails. I go,
yeah, I'm fucking that guy.
Such a good time. Just it's all coming back to me, and my goodness, began dancing with Kenzie quite a bit. One of the lovely ladies that attended the wedding. People are telling me, at that point I was mini vodka cranberries deep, because I guess that was what Stephanie was serving to everybody at the party when Steph and Brent first met. So I said, in honor to them, I will be drinking vodka crayons. 7 later, they were fairly filled with ice, not the strongest they can be. So I want to say at least 7 though. Yes, sir. Yes, I did. But I did tip. I tipped a $20 bill because it was at the end of the night. I didn't have any 1s or 5s. I said, it, I'll go to the end of the night. Bang, dropped it in there. George Costanza, I made sure they saw it. What's the point of tipping if a person doesn't see a tip? Anyways, my goodness, what happens? Dancing, people are, Sandwich, you had quite a show. This is the next day. I mean, I did get quite intoxicated this time around as well. Oh, Sandwich, there's quite a show. You're just out there doing unmentionables.
I'm not gay no more.
I'm a superior dancer. I'm poetry in motion out there. It's not my fault. I got this, this aura, this gravitational pull towards people. Especially lovely ladies. What can I say? Head out of my ass aside. Whatever anybody might have heard, I'm not gonna adhere any slander, any muckraking, any gossip, any chisme here on the Bleepin' Tap. I'm a gentleman through and through, and everybody's honor is intact. I will say that much. Yes, I like to get moving and grooving.
You motherfucker.
But all is well. Everybody's chilling, and everybody got home safely. I don't believe there were any fatalities that night. Not for me. I felt tremendous Sunday morning, and my goodness, saying goodbye to that crazy bastard at the at the Airbnb. At the Airbnb, this guy. I go back out there. I'm packing up all my stuff, and he's in the living room. We just chatted up because usually, in the past, I've chatted my Airbnb hosts, and they're pretty cool. I enjoy getting to know about them, so I'm trying really hard to just expel this serial killer vibe that I got in my soul, in my heart. And we're talking. He's just sitting there. See, he's nice enough, but he has a length of rope, and he's just tying knots and then undoing them. He's talking to the guy on the phone the day prior, just talking about how broke he is, and how he needed to clean up his room to make money for Airbnb, because apparently he had to cancel once before because his room wasn't clean enough. And oh my goodness, it's just a weird conversation. The guy, I don't know, right-wing leaning from what I could tell. Like, his phone was Elon and Trump's what's it called, interview it was on his phone. Maybe he's just using all 4G. Maybe he has unlimited. Doesn't give me Wi-Fi, this guy. And then before I'm leaving, he's like, yeah, stuff's going crazy, but you know what? Alex Jones was right. Like, he said it with the utmost sincerity. Like, hey, man, hey, hey, guy, thoughts, things, guy, don't kill me. He didn't. I left the key there. I kind of left. I went back to pack things. He goes in his room, and I'm leaving. I'm walking out to my car, and I hear behind me, my guy, you leaving? I turn around. Austin's chilling there, jeans on and no shirt, no shoes. He's like, yeah, I got a brunch to go to. He's like, well, all right, man. Well, hey, next time, stay strong. See you next time, bud. I'm like, all right, guy. Even I told him about the wedding in that long, awkward conversation. He's like, man, you should have invited me as a wedding crasher. Could have been your wingman. I'm like, no, sir. I want to bring you within a country mile of this crew. That would have been the most weird thing ever. Oh, my God. The consequences. If I, Sandwich, brought a weird Airbnb host / wedding crasher to the wedding of Brent and Steph,
Hey, freak show!
they would flog me in the streets along with the guy. Come on now. Cannot disrespect a wedding like that. Anyways, my random digressions with Airbnb aside, the wedding went by swimmingly, and we all swam to a glorious brunch the next day at the Petaluma Hotel. And then it just sucked. The only part that sucked about it was good talking to everybody, and just me. A sandwich, what's going on? Just, damn it all. Just a guy trying to have a good time at a wedding. But everybody's just good-hearted. Everybody looked a little tired, but we're all on the same level. great vibes with between everybody, just reminiscing on such a good time the night prior. But the worst part was like having to leave was the worst part. Having to say goodbye to everybody because the good time had to come to an end, had to wrap up. Everybody had to go their separate ways. But it's bro hug central. You go in for the hand clasp, bring him in for the hug with the other arm. An excellent move. I love the greeting and farewell. Begins and ends with a bro hug, but I'm slapping palms hard. I take pride. It's all in the palms. The epic clap, the Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers and Predator clasp. And it was just, I was grimacing every time. Just, oh, yeah, I love to see you, big dog. See you next time. Blah. Because I was in so much pain. Like, it was still bloody, my palm at that point. Well, not that bloody, but it's painful. It's painful. Have I bitched and whined about it enough? I've told everybody I've come across, hey, look at me, just being a complete jackass. Remembering being a jackass, falling down the street. Gah. But the wedding, like I said, a success. What a great time. I was happy to be part of it. Happy to talk to people I haven't talked to in a while, meet new people. Shout out to the venue, to the catering, Petaluma Motel, my Airbnb host. Good Lord. And before I sign off here, I'm going to hit you with another fucking goy story. How about it? I'm just going to announce it so you don't hang up too quick. These goy stories are excellent. I got the beer man, Mason Hurst, chuckling about it. Got a shout out from Jenny Callison, chuckling about the first one, or chuckling about all the George Foremans getting slapped around by goy. Hit you with another goy story. To be completely honest with you, I don't recall. I know bits and pieces, but I don't recall the entirety of what is said throughout all these episodes of goy. You're gonna fucking love it if you haven't heard it before. Go check back the other episodes. There's 2 out so far, but I am gonna put out some solo videos where it's like 3 or 4 goy stories at one time. But I'm gonna make you guys wait. I'm gonna keep teasing you, feeding you this big throbbing fucking hunk of goy. You're gonna eat it. You're gonna love it. But you know what? You're gonna love more than that. What you can't love more than that is me. Words. Let me try to find these words. I'm trying to say that I love you. I'm going to quit stumbling over myself. I got taquitos to make. I know you assume I eat sandwiches all day, every day. Not so affluent. We're settling for taquitos for dinner tonight. Anyways, you guys, I love you. Until next time, enjoy this goy story. What are you doing there? You are thirsty for yet another goy story? You little shit. Well, there's plenty of goy stories to go around to put your mind at ease. Please disregard my excitement. For I get excited for goy stories, but on this day in particular. But 5 minutes ago, I ingested 2 scoops of C4 pre-workout powder, and any time now, I'm gonna be ripping my goddamn face off! Because I'm on the way to the Novato Anytime Fitness on Diablo Avenue. But in the meantime, I'll delight thee with another goy story. In this goy story, goy is escorting a wench who survived a 48-hour lovemaking session, because not many can. It's escorting her to dinner, a Chef Gordon Ramsay's establishment where the wait is 3 years. Goy shows up with the wench, who is barely conscious, for an average love session making with Goy is 48 hours, no less, and is just straight doggy style. Not a second of break, no foreplay. He just gets down to business, and away he goes. But Goy does not disrobe, he merely sticks his willy through the opening of his zipper, leaving his pants buttoned. Yes, so all you feel is the sharp sting of denim and pubic hairs upon your bum. Anywho, Goy gets to the establishment. The baristas and concierge recognize him and instantly give him the best table, where the foremans are sitting, but they quickly surrender their spot, for they know the madness that awaits them. The newly anointed Goy Formans. Goy, in his jeans, steel-toed boots, buttoned-up shirt with a pocket in front of it, and sunglasses, quickly sits down and makes himself at ease. Demanding the pre-dinner bread, they bring him 10 loaves. Even though the industry standard is 2, he gets 10. The wench sits down, unnamed, for there are too many to count. Legend holds that Wilt Chamberlain slain 20,000 wenches with his meat sword in his heyday of basketball. I will not utter Goy's number here, for the number is beyond reckoning. But that is a tale for another time, another Goy story. For this Goy story, Goy sits down, doesn't look at the menu, walks to the back of the kitchen where Gordon Ramsay himself is sitting, yelling at his little bitch chefs. Goy says, "You're gonna cook these fucking Hot Pockets right fucking now, bitch!" Throws a couple of pepperonis at him. Pepperoni Hot Pockets. Chef Gordon Ramsay replies, "Well, what the fuck is this? How do you toss this fucking slop my way and expect a..." Goy shoved his fist up Gordon Ramsay's bum and says, "You like that? You like that? You're gonna cook these fucking Hot Pockets right fucking now!" Gordon Ramsay's took a few minutes to realize what just happened to him. But when he did, he took those Hot Pockets, put them in the microwave, and cooked them the best he could. And at that moment, Goy took his fist out of his bum for all 5 minutes and 50 seconds for 2 Hot Pockets at the same time, where we all know only 1 Hot Pocket takes 3 minutes. So once they're done, Goy takes the Hot Pockets, goes back, tosses one at the wench. They eat. Goy eats with his hands, but demands the wench not touch the holiness of them. Says, "You will eat with this fork and this fucking knife." She cuts it up, eats it. And here's the twist of the story. The wench is of African-American descent. Aha! You all thought she was white or something. Goy does not discriminate. He fucks them all! And he fucks them good. 48 hours at a time. And then for no reason whatsoever, he goes back into the kitchen and murders Chef Ramsay's with a Hot Pocket. A frozen Hot Pocket. Bludgeoned to death with a frozen Hot Pocket. And upon leaving the restaurant in a bloody mess and just leaving his wench at the table with the bill, Goy turns around and says, "You like that?" This be yet another tale of Goy, another legendary Goy story amongst many that will be told throughout the years. Remain thirsty, my friends, for more Goy stories, because there's plenty to tell about the origins of Goy, the doings of Goy, and I can guarantee you there won't be a fucking story without him making love to somebody or something. There's always love to be made, especially with Goy. And on that note, excuse me, I misspoke. And on that note, I must say, Goy Day. My face is fucking itchy. Goy Day.
You lose! Good day, sir!